Hey, welcome to Questions Just Ask. Spring has sprung here in the Low Country, and I couldn't resist getting out on my back porch and broadcasting from my back porch today. So I hope you don't mind all the beautiful scenery behind me. My azaleas, they've already bloomed. I've already trimmed them for the season because you've got to trim them before July 4th after they bloom. So it's all done and sun's shining great, and so here I am on my back porch. But hey, you're not here to hear me wander. You're here to hear and have your questions answered. So let me get right to the question today. John, you talk about grace all the time. What is it? That's really a simple question, but a good question. And it's not, what I'm not saying is let's say grace before every meal. Grace is unmerited favor. It's the things you don't deserve. It's doing it because of who you are, not who the person is that's receiving the grace. And it comes from God. God is known for his unmerited favor, his grace that he bestows upon those who believe in him. And he tells us in Scripture to treat others the same. Peter said in 1 Peter chapter 3, to grow in the grace and the knowledge of Jesus Christ. Grow in this grace so much so that you give it to others. Could you imagine if it was a world where we all got what we deserved? Be pretty brutal, wouldn't it? But now we're to function so much so that people say, why did you do that? Why did you give me that unmerited favor? Why did you pay for my meal when I don't deserve it? Why? I don't even know you. And it just opens the door for you to say, because that's what Jesus Christ did for me. He gave his life so that I can give my life for others. And that's an exciting way to live. And it's a different way to live than picking and choosing who you're going to give grace to because they deserve it. Nobody deserves much of anything in these world. Who even says we deserve anything? But the grace I'm talking about here is giving unmerited favor for the sake of giving unmerited favor, because that's what God does. God chooses who he's going to give it to. And there is no, when it comes to God, there is nothing we can do that makes us deserve what he gives us. So hey, live that way. Live because of it, and live to be an example of Jesus Christ to others. That's a different way to live. So that's what I'm talking about. That's why I talk about grace all the time. I talk about grace all the time because I was raised in a very legalistic society and culture at the time. My family was very much based upon rules. And if you obeyed the rules, then you got the benefit. Well, see, grace wipes that out. Grace says you get the benefit even if you didn't obey the rules. Pretty cool, huh? And that's what it is. That's what we mean. So, hey, join us next week. We're going to talk a little bit about being morally sound next week on our next question on May 12th. So, hey, thanks for joining us here today. I hope it's as beautiful where you are as it is here today. And so have a wonderful day. I'll see you next week.